This video is about our RV trip to Smokemont Campground in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Due to the length of the video, I decided to make it into two parts. Well, it's springtime and it's ready to take our lazy days out of mothballs and get it ready for some camping this spring and summer. While I unravel this, let me introduce you to our lazy days. It is a 2004 26.5-foot mid-bath Lazy Days that we picked up in Seattle last May. We took it for a few trips, but this will be our first full year with it, and we're looking forward to being able to really put some miles on it. Our first camping trip this summer is going to be to Smokemont Campground that is located in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. It's located just north of Cherokee, North Carolina, and it's on the Carolina side of the park. If you're coming in from the south, the way you get to it is through Gatlinburg on Highway 441, and it's about 40 miles from Gatlinburg over to Smokemont. For us, this is about an hour and a half to 2-hour drive in the RV. As you can see in this video, the trees aren't very green. It's early March, and the trees have not borne their leaves. Now, a little bit about the campground itself. Camping at Smokemont provides us with a mountain environment and is located in the southern part of the Appalachian Mountains, approximately at 2,000-foot elevation, and it's located right next to or on a beautiful river. As we drive through the campground, the first thing that you may notice is how green it is compared to the other photos on the drive up. What happened was that I decided to go back up in May and take some video of the campground because I didn't think the photos that we took in March when we did our actual visit did the campground any kind of justice at all. It's a very beautiful campground. March is a little early for my taste to be there as far as seeing beautiful green forests, but so I thought I would put a little different footage in to show you how beautiful the campground really can be. You can access Smokemont Campground year-round, and it has approximately 140 camping sites. The campsites will accommodate most RVs, both trailer and. However, you need to check the website for some of the size limitations that may apply to the individual camping site. They allow RVs to park in the tent campsites if the size constraints are applicable to you. Sometimes the parking's a little smaller and you may be limited to the smaller RVs. Only the RVs can use the F-loop. No tent camping is allowed in the F-loop. The F-loop will accommodate almost any size trailer. So when you go to the website, if you have a large unit, you probably want to see if you get into the F-loop. The campsites themselves contain level pads for level parking spaces. They also have tables and fire pits. There is no sewer or water hookups at the sites themselves. However, the campsite does have an abundance of available water at the restrooms and dispersed throughout the campground. So in the restrooms, you have running water and flush toilets. But you have no hot water in the restrooms. And I believe there is electricity in the restrooms as well. Generator use is permitted depending on the time of year and the loop that you are in. The F loop allows year-round use of generators, but some of the other loops you're not allowed to use the generator in those loops, so you need to check the website and see what loops will allow generator use and what the hours of generator use are. Most of the campground area is flat, open space that allows for activity on the grassy areas, and it's Smokemont has one very unique thing that most campgrounds don't have, and that's a riding stable. They have, you can go for short trail rides. They also have a horse-drawn wagon that you can take a family group for a hayride type experience. So that's right here on the campground itself. There's also a small store where you can get firewood and some other minimal amount of camping supplies. It's not a big store, so you need to come prepared. If you do need to do any shopping, the community of Cherokee, North Carolina is about 5 miles away and has good shopping in it. So you should be able to find what you need in Cherokee if you run short on something. The stables appear to be about a half-mile walk from the campground itself. I wasn't overly impressed with. If you need something, you're probably going to need to go into Cherokee to pick it up. You do have wood there that you can get, and it needs to be certified wood or you can't burn it. Check the website for that. You'll see some vending machines back in there. That's pretty much about it. That's part of the store operation, and that's where you pay for the rides. So anyway, the rides are a neat thing. It looked like a lot of kids were going to go on the rides and have a good time. And then there was this beautiful old boy here. Yeah, he's the one who pulls the wagon, and he's a stout old bugger, isn't he? He really looks like he's a draft horse of some sort. Reservations for Smokemont are made at recreation.gov. You need to have reservations in most cases, especially during the peak periods and holidays. Maybe in the fall or winter months you might be able to get space without reservations, but it's well worth going to the effort and making the reservations ahead of time if you can. In the summer months, it's almost impossible to find sites at the Smokemont Campground. At this point, I think we'll cut the video for part 1. And in the second part, we'll be going over the actual activities that we really like here at the Smokemont area. We'll also go over our recommendations and opinions about the park, its activities, and our trip in general. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.